Stop saying make America great again. I know you may not realize it, and to those of you who do and say it anyway, y'all are evil. When you say make America great again, you're advocating for white supremacy. And if you don't believe me, let's think about this for a second, because what time was America great? Was it when black people were segregated and didn't have rights? They weren't equal to everybody else? Or was it a time when women didn't have rights? Because they couldn't have their own bank account, they couldn't own real estate, they couldn't vote, they couldn't ask for divorce, they were forced to stay in relationships, even if those relationships were abusive, for their entire life and couldn't leave. Is that the time you're talking about America being great? And if you still think America was great, great for who? If you mean good for white people, you're absolutely right. There was plenty of times in American history where it was good for white people, great even for white people, but it wasn't for everybody. So do you want us to go back to a time where it was good for white people and not good for everybody else? And I say white people, what I mean is white men. It was good for white men, but not anybody else. Because white women didn't have rights. White women weren't equals. And I know other creators have said this before, but this is just my 2 cents. I just need you to understand that when you say make America great again, it seems like you're wanting to go back to a time where white supremacy was the norm, where that was the status quo. Is that really what you want? Is that really what you're advocating for us to go back to a time where white supremacy reigned supreme in America? And if that is what you want, at least you're standing 10 toes down and at least admitting to what you actually believe, even if it is abhorrent. But to the people who aren't supporting white supremacy, why are you saying make America great again? Because I can't think of a time in American history where it was genuinely great. Because from the start of our country, for almost 200 years, we had slavery, and then we had slavery with extra steps after that, in the form of sharecropping, in the form of the prison industrial complex. Slavery is still around today. Mexican field workers have been used and abused in our country for over 100 years, where people will pay to bring them over here so that they'll work on their farms, and then they basically trap them into indentured servitude. So again, I have to ask, what time in American history were we great? And again, ask yourself, great for whom? That's why when I made this sticker, I said, make America great for once, because I would like us to be great. We have the potential to be great for everybody, not just white people.